Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Spring Customer Appreciation Facebook Live event. I'm Warren Yadlowski, the General Manager of Beachcomber Hot Tubs and Patio here in Edmonton, and I want to welcome everybody who's joining us tonight. We've got some great information for you, and I know some things that are going to help you to look after your hot tub moving forward this spring. First, before we get going, I think some of you know who have been customers of ours in the past. Traditionally, we have 2 to 3 kind of in-store events per year. We call them customer appreciation nights. And unfortunately, with this ongoing pandemic, we're unable to hold these events. So I'm going to be going virtual or live tonight on the air. And I'll be doing the same thing here come June. And we're hoping as we get into fall that we might be able to change things up. But at this time, we're going to keep these things virtual. So here we go. Next thing I'll mention, everybody, please stay tuned to the end. There's actually a great announcement, a great contest at the end of the evening tonight, and I know you're going to want to get involved in it. So please stay tuned. Around 6:30, I'll be able to announce it, and hopefully we can have someone pretty happy come Monday morning. Before I get started with the actual seminar, first thing I wanted to do is just let everybody know, those of you who have not been on our Facebook page in the last 24 hours. Yesterday, we had the fantastic opportunity to make a donation to the Edmonton Stollery Children's Hospital. As a company, we decided to purchase 75 roses from a local florist, Awesome Blossom, which we gave to the nurses at the Stollery. We purchased 180 individually wrapped COVID-friendly cookies for staff and support staff, as well as donated a bunch of our Beachcomber coffee mugs, thermal mugs for support staff and the rest of the staff at the Stollery. And really, it's just, they're small tokens of our sincere appreciation of these key first responders for their tremendous work over the past 13 months. And I know for Wendy Baudouin and the other staff that met us there, we were all taken aback. It was a fantastic thing, and we hope to continue to do this throughout the summer. All right, let's get started. Got lots to cover. And by the way, if you have questions during tonight's seminar, please make sure that you send in your questions. I'm going to try to get to as many of these questions as I can tonight. The ones that I cannot get to, I guarantee over the next 24 to 48 hours, I'll get back to you personally. If I don't get back to you on Facebook, I will maybe ask you for a phone number. And then what I will do is call you, because sometimes it's easier rather than us typing messages back and forth. I'll get on the phone and we can answer your specific question. I've got Sean and Shelley working with me here today, so as we go through the seminar, please feel free to send those questions in, and I'll get to as many as I can before the end of the evening. And by the way, after we're done tonight, and I'll mention at the end, always have this email handy. It's called customercare@beachcomber.ab.ca. So again, customer care, all one word, at beachcomber.ab.ca. And when you send that to me, it comes direct to my email, and I will always personally answer your inquiries. All right, normally in the spring, as some of you know, so I know there's people on here tonight, and I see some of the names coming through that are new customers, and I know we have some old customers that have been with us for a number of years, we traditionally in the spring talk a little bit about draining and filling, because for the new customers, you're going to be getting your hot tub for the first time, and a number of you who have ordered your tubs in 2020, and some of you in early 2020, 21, you're going to be getting it here in the next 4 weeks to 4 months, and you're going to be filling it for the first time. So I want to talk a little bit about, I guess we call it the spring drain and fill. So let's get started. So if you have a hot tub that has been full of water and you're now thinking of draining it, and we've told most people over the years, it's normally a twice a year drain. So twice a year, spring and fall, April, October. Okay, so here we are in April, great opportunity. So if you're draining your tub in April, step one, if your tub is more than 12 months old, is to put in a product called Pipe Cleanse. Now, this product is a phenomenal product, and what it really does is remove biofilm, remove algae, skin, anything that's in the actual plumbing lines of your hot tub, and removes it and helps you to clean out those pipes. So what you do is you add the Pipe Cleanse, and when you add the Pipe Cleanse, step one is to take your microfilter out. A lot of people miss this step. So I would say take that microfilter out, make sure there's no filter in the tub, make sure that you open every single jet. Okay, so make sure your neck jets, your foot massage, everything is open so you've got proper flow. And then the next thing is to close your air controls, because once you turn the tub on and you turn your jets on high speed, it helps to eliminate foaming, okay? So what you want to do is run this through your tub for at least 24 hours, and after 24 hours, then it becomes time to drain. And the next step for draining, before you drain, is to do a couple of key things. Number one is to neutralize your sanitizer. So if you have chlorine or bromine, and we'll talk a lot tonight about the gold standard Carefree program that a lot of you I know are on, make sure that you neutralize it. So this neutralizer product, which I always say is one of the best, unkept secrets at Beachcomber, is something every customer should have. So if I decide to drain tomorrow and I have a chlorine level of 5, I want to get that down as close to 0 as I can. So what I do is I add some neutralizer. Now, when you look at the bottle, what it basically tells you is if your chlorine is at 5 parts per million, you have an average size Beachcomber hot tub, you're gonna have to add about 150 mils of this 500 mil container. So probably about a quarter of it. So add it directly to the hot tub water. You can take your test strip out, and if you want to test it just to be sure it's down close to 1, fantastic. If not, add another ounce or so, and then it becomes time to drain. Now, there's one other key step that I always mention to customers, because a lot of people miss this step, and it's something that's not widely publicized, is the key is to get your pH level between 7.2 and 7.6. And the reason for that is if your pH is low, which a lot of people in the Edmonton area and people that are on a sanitizer program like Carefree will have low pH and low alkalinity. We want that pH above 7.2 so your water's not acidic. That way, if you're going to drain your tub and water your trees, you're going to water your bushes, you're going to water things like that, you're not going to put acid or acidic water down onto those on that greenery. So get your pH level up. If you have to add some pH plus, great, go for it, and then take that water and drain it out. So the next tip is, as this hot tub is draining, so you've added your pipe cleanse, you've added your neutralizer, your hot tub is draining, what I always tell customers to do is take some tub clean. And this tub clean is a phenomenal product which you've had for many years. And take the tub clean, and as your water is draining down, take the tub clean. You can put it on either to a sponge, or we sell in the stores, and a lot of people have chamois at home or a nice rag. Spray the tub clean on the rag, wipe the acrylic as the tub is draining. Okay, that way it's not going to get super sticky. We've had customers in the past that said, I've drained my hot tub, I've came the next day, I've tried to wipe it, and what's happened is it's so sticky I can't get all that film off. So I say, as it's draining, as it's slowly drying, wipe it off with tub clean. By the way, this product can also be used when your tub is full. If you ever do get any kind of ring around the tub or a line around the tub, feel free to spray a little bit on a sponge or one of these rags or our Beachcomber chamois and wipe that off, and that helps to get that ring off as well. Now, when it comes time to refill, which you're going to do now, so your tub is empty, ready to refill, I always have told people, put that garden hose into your microfilter area. So those of you that have a Beachcomber hot tub, you probably recognize this little microfilter weir here, or lid, I should say. What I always say is lift this up, put your hose inside, and that will go right directly into the filter area. So for those of you who have Leap Edition hot tubs, I know a lot of you have Hybrid Edition, but those of you who have Leap Edition hot tubs, that just helps to push some of that air out. That way, when you go to restart it again, you're not going to have air locks, any kind of error codes like FL come up, and it'll be easier to get the tub started. As well, one of the other products that a lot of customers have never seen, and I know a lot of people have come in and asked, do you have something that I can remove metals out of the water? So metals help to lower my TDS or solids in my through my garden hose and so on, and that's what's called the Fresh Fill. So the Fresh Fill filter, what it does is it removes those minerals and metals out of there and really gets a pure form of water into your hot tub. So really what you're going to be starting off with is almost like a brand new hot tub again. By buying one of these Fresh Fill filters, you'll get at least 3 or 4 drain and fill. So you'll have it for up to 2 years. So again, a great product that a lot of customers have used and love and keep coming back every couple of years to buy another one. So now your hot tub is refilling, and as you're waiting to get that done, now is a great time to look at 2 other things to look after and maintain. The first one is your cover. We've always told people as soon as your cover is 6 months to a year old, now's the time to make sure that you're cleaning it and you're using a product which we call Cover Care. So the proper way to use the Cover Care product, number one, is to get the dirt off. So any dirt and grime on the top. So get some soap, some mild soap or detergent, some warm water, and wipe the cover down. So get all the dirt off, make sure it dries out. And the other thing I tell people is it's not just the top of the cover. A lot of people, that's what you see. So you see the top of your cover, you're wiping off that nice marine grade vinyl, whether it's a tan or a steel color. That's fantastic. That's the part you and I always notice. The parts that we don't clean, that we should be, is the underside. So when your cover's flipped in half or it's up on its side on your cover remover, like your airlift, clean the underside as well as that big bumper seal down the center. And the key is, once it's dried and cleaned, is now's the time to use your CoverCare product. So this is a moisturizer. It's a UV protectant at the same time. So take this CoverCare, and even though it does say on the bottle, and I know Beachcomber is looking at changing this label, and I've had only 1 or 2 cases, luckily, that people have taken it and sprayed it directly onto their marine grade vinyl heat shield. And what's happened when it's a sunny day like we're getting today, and then into Saturday where it's 20 degrees, if it's really warm, sometimes they've seen that it can cause a staining because it dries too quickly. So what we've been telling people is take this CoverCare product, spray it on, again, to a microfiber cloth or a chamois, and wipe it evenly on your Beachcomber heat shield. That's the best way to apply this CoverCare, okay? So once you've applied the CoverCare, it can be drying out, and now's the time to deal with your EnviroSkirt. So again, the last 15 years, every Beachcomber hot tub that's been sold has this wonderful no-maintenance EnviroSkirt. And customers have asked us, how do I clean and polish it and get it back to that original luster I had when I bought it back in 2005, 2006? Well, that's what skirt polish is. So again, step 1, get all the dirt, anything that's on there, any soaps, anything you can see on the side of that EnviroSkirt. Take some skirt polish. Again, spray it onto a rag, onto a sponge, and apply it evenly across your EnviroSkirt. Works phenomenally well. So again, another product that a lot of customers have used, and the ones who do use it love the skirt polish and talk a lot about it over time. So now your tub is, again, it's filling up, it's getting close to being ready to go. This is a great time in the spring to think about your microfilters. Now, a lot of customers have asked me over my 28 plus years here, how long do these microfilters last? How long should I keep them? I've always told people the average microfilter will last you somewhere between a year to 18 months. So virtually every customer will have 2 filters. One goes in. We know to clean these on a monthly basis where we'll pull them out. We'll soak them in our 5-gallon pail in our microfilter cleaning flask. And at that time is when we add what's called our filter soak product. So filter soak, again, this product came out. It was one of the things that I was pushing Beachcomber to do, which is to get that all-in-one product. And the beauty of filter soak is, number 1, it's 1 hour. So when you put your filter into your microfilter cleaning flask or your 5-gallon pail, fill it up to the top of the filter with warm water, pour in your filter soak. Now, 1 hour cleaning, 1 hour soaking. The second benefit and the beauty of this product is it's blue in color. So what's going to happen is the pleats of your microfilter are going to turn blue. So we did this, so when you pull this filter out and you give it to the kids or the grandkids and you say, okay guys, okay girls, go and hose this off, let them know, continue to hose and clean this microfilter until these pleats get back to white, just like it was when you first purchased it. So now you know you've got all the cleaner out of this microfilter prior to putting it back in. And we've had some people surprised where they thought they put a brand new clean microfilter in, and guess what happened? Turn the jets on, and guess what? They get foam coming out and they don't know why. So make sure it's hosed off really well. Then the next thing is, obviously, I tell everybody, now's the time also to replace your filter savers. And I will tell you, this is one of the best products that ever came out many years ago. Beachcomber brought out, and they reintroduced the filter saver not that long ago. And I will tell you, the customers that I talk to on a consistent basis come back in and say, it's one of the best things that we ever did is have this pre-filter. And what it does, obviously, is catch 5 of the biggest things that get into your filter area: hair, lint, grass, leaves, and bugs. And they're all pre-caught in this filter saver. So what you do is once a month, you do your normal filter cleaning, take this filter saver out, throw it in the garbage, put another one over top. And the key is to put it over top on the inside of the basket. We've had a couple of people that thought, well, gee, they thought they'd be smart, and they actually put it on the underside. So they put it here and thought, well, we're really going to catch stuff down here. The downside is there's a chance for it to actually get drawn through and end up in your pump area. So for those of you who have a hush pump or a hybrid 4 edition hot tub, it would end up in the front end of your hush pump. Those of you who don't, it would end up in the front of your massage pump. So the key is to put it on the inside. And I always tell people, as you're doing your weekly routine, weekly maintenance, just give us a quick check. If you see after 3 weeks or so, because normally it's going to have about a 4-week, 4-week time where it's ready to replace, I say replace. If it's starting to feel brittle, get rid of it. Or if it's full of leaves and so on, put another one on. There's 5 in a package, and they work phenomenally well. Okay, now you've turned your breaker on. You've got your tub started up. It's starting to heat up. Now you've got to get into what's called your startup procedure. I know most of you watching out here tonight, I know some of the people, I can see you on the screen here who are watching and sending in some questions. Most of you are on what we call our gold standard program, and that is our Carefree Watercare program. When you're draining and refilling, the only thing you're going to do different from your normal weekly routine is adding your complete bottle of Eliminate. Okay, for some of you old guard out there as well, yes, there is a number one here. It is still Eliminate number one, but it would now change and took the one off and I guess streamlined it and called Eliminate. And this has been a staple in our Watercare programs for over 25 years now. The beauty of Eliminate and really what it does is I always tell the story of an M&M candy. And what it does is it coats your plumbing lines, your heater element, all your metal parts. And really what it does is it prevents these harmful minerals like calcium and iron and copper and manganese from sticking to these things and then causing corrosion and then causing you a service problem down the road. So the only time you use this Eliminate product is when you drain and refill. So for most of us, twice a year. Every spring, every fall, every April, every October, put your full bottle of Eliminate in no matter what the size your hot tub is. Then you move on to the Carefree Startup. Now, for those of you who have either lost or misplaced your startup program, don't forget, all you need to do, if you can't make it into the store, feel free. Pick up the phone, call one of your local 3 Edmonton area Beachcomber stores, and we will email you a copy. We can email you your startup, and we can also email you your maintenance program. And that way you'll know exactly how much to add based on the size of your Beachcomber hot tub or any brand of hot tub, because as you know, we don't discriminate. We'll deal with anybody that comes in and we'll help you with your water care. So step 1, what it always will say is to add your Eliminate, and then step 2 is adding your Carefree Boost, which is your sanitizer. So this is your sodium dichlor, this is your disinfectant, this is what sanitizes the water, and in most cases it'll be 1 to 2 tablespoons to get your sanitizer level going. Then will be your third of a cup of Carefree. This was the miracle product that we brought out getting close to 20 years ago, and the beauty of this 4-in-1 product is it does what 3 or 4 other bottles used to do. Number 1, it is a stain and scale preventer, so really a calcium inhibitor, and continues to prevent those things from sticking to metal parts, plumbing lines, and so on, and helps remove those metals. Number 2, there's an enzyme in it. It helps for scum ring and odor. Of course, we get into a hot tub, we sweat. And naturally, like in a bathtub, you're going to get a ring around the outside. By adding your Carefree, your third of a cup to start, and your third weekly, it's going to remove that and allow your filter to pull it out. Number 3 is a clarifier. It helps to coagulate and clump together all those fine little particles that are floating around. A lot of it, especially in the spring, we see a lot of dust. It's dry out there. We haven't had enough heavy rains. There's dust in the air all the time. Take a look at our patio furniture, your barbecue in your backyard, and you wonder, how is it so dusty? Well, every time you lift that lid, guess where that dust is going? Into your water. So what this helps to do is coagulate or clump or glue together those fine particles into large ones so your microfilter can pull it out and you'll have nice, clean, clear, sparkling water. The fourth thing it has in the 4-in-1 is an oxidizer. So bather waste, body oil, sweat, things like that, it helps to oxidize it out into the air. And that's why when we add those products, we say leave your heat shield or your cover all the way off, not halfway, but all the way off for at least 30 to 45 minutes. That helps to oxidize all that into the air. And again, that way it can do the job it's supposed to do. Now, at this point, it'll say on your startup, now's the time to bring your water test into one of your local stores. So obviously, if you're able to get into one of your local Edmonton area stores, we'd love to have you. We will take your water sample, we will put it through our spin lab, and we're able to email you right to your mobile device, your cell phone, your iPad, your laptop, your desktop, exactly what you need to do to balance your total alkalinity, your pH, your calcium hardness, your sanitizer level, and then, of course, we'll keep track of your total dissolved solids. For those of you who can't make it in, that's why we've got, again, test strips. Now, for those of you who have been on these test strips, myself, I've been on them for a long time now, they're fantastic. You know, the beauty of this technology is allows you to very simply take this test strip, dip it into the water, take your cell phone and actually read the test strip. So the cell phone does it for you. There's no guessing. There's no thinking, well, I think that's about 7.3, so I think I'm good. And you're not guessing. It tells you exactly what your readings are and exactly what to add based on your Beachcomber hot tub or any hot tub or spa that you're using. And it allows you to basically maintain your tub by using your cell phone. A couple of quick tips with this. If you're testing your water at night, very crucial that you actually do it in the light. So go in the house. So actually take the reading, walk in the house, and then take the picture. We've had some people complaining saying it's just not reading. Well, it's dark out. You may even have to turn your light on your cell phone. But I know during the day when I do my test, when it's light out and it's in the sun, it reads every single time. So if you're having issues with that, let us know and we can walk you through some of those issues. Okay, so now your tub is balanced. You've added your balancing products, and now's the time to put your last step in, and that is Soft. And when Soft came out 20 plus years ago, it was a phenomenal product. People have always complained, number one, of dry skin. Of course, using your hot tub, and a lot of us, like myself, I'm in my hot tub virtually every morning with a cup of coffee before I come into work. And you'll complain, especially in the winter and some of the colder months, of having dry skin as it is. Then what you do is you get in, use your hot tub once or twice a day. And again, now, and as with summer coming and the kids getting out of school, they're going to be in that tub all the time. So the beauty of Soft is, number one, has a skin moisturizer in it. And that's one of the great things that we've liked about it. So like fragrances that we sell, like our Judy products and so on, there's a beautiful skin moisturizer. It also has a phenomenal green apple fragrance where it adds that fragrance to the water in the area around the hot tub. As well, what it does is help to lock in pH. So that's why we always say, make sure that you've got your water tested, make sure you've got your water balanced, and the last thing it's going to say is put in your somewhere between 2/3 of a cup to 3/4 of a cup of Soft, which will be one of your weekly routines as well. Okay. So, and by the way, I've got a couple of new things I want to show people, and this is pretty exciting. I know it's something that Beachcomber and Beachcomber Plus has worked on for quite a while. We now finally have our all-in-one 3-pack Carefree program. So it's great. It's actually a reusable box. We now have them in all 3 Beachcomber stores here in Edmonton area. We've had great response to it in the last 3 to 4 weeks since we've had it. The beauty is now is it's reusable. So what you can do is when you come in and purchase, you can take your 3 bottles, your Carefree Boost, Carefree and Soft out. Every time you come back in, bring your reusable box with you and fill it up. We've actually, when you do purchase this for the first time, it's actually a 15% discount versus buying your Carefree Boost and Soft individually. So again, saves you a bit of money, and it's a way for us to say thank you to you being a Carefree user. All right, questions. Let's get into some questions. I know there's a few. I've watched a few. I see Cliff and Angela there as well. Thank you. Oh, here's a few questions. Thanks, Sean. Okay, it says, when I shock my tub, I use 1/3 of a cup and 2 tablespoons of Boost. How long should it take for the chlorine level to increase? Well, if you've added a couple of tablespoons of Carefree Boost, your chlorine should increase rather quickly. I always tell people when you've added product, let it circulate for about 15 to 20 minutes. That's always important. Give it time to circulate. Toss into the middle of the hot tub. Okay, that's the first thing I say as well, is toss into the center of the tub. I would have your jets on high speed. So if you have a single pump hot tub, make sure that's on high speed. If you have 2 pumps, have them both going. If you have a reflex foot massage, get the water or get the pressure down into the footwell and have that reflex foot massage going. So in 15 minutes, you can actually do the test. So you should be able to get a reading easily within that 15-minute period. If you're getting a low reading and it's not at that standard or where we want it to be, which is kind of that 3 to 5 range, then add another tablespoon and it'll eventually make its way up. Another question says, sometimes I get discoloration, kind of looks like scum on the underside of my cover. Yeah, my water is clear. What causes this? A lot of time it can just be biofilm, things like that. And that's a great opportunity just to take some simple soap and water on the underside. Just clean that off. The other thing, and back in the old days, and we still sell it in the store, it's called PureZyme. We actually took that product called PureZyme, which is the natural enzyme, and we actually labeled it and called it CleanZyme. We put it in a little spray bottle, and people would actually spray that onto a rag or a sponge, and they would wipe their cover. They'd wipe the underside of the cover to get even that moldy and mildewy smell and odor out of that cover. So yeah, we do sell PureZyme in the store. It's a phenomenal product. We have it in the Carefree program under the Carefree label, but if you want to use it individually to get rid of that, works phenomenally well. It says, why I'm only getting 2 to 3 weeks out of my filter savers. After that, they just break down. Now, for those of you who are on a disc program, so if you're on a chlorine disc, a chlor disc, or a bromo disc program, you're going to find a lot of times that your floating dispenser spends a lot of time over by your microfilter. So if you were actually to take a test of that exact level at that area, you can be in the 6 to 10 to 12 range in parts per million of chlorine. So it is so strong, it's breaking down this filter saver quicker than it would be for someone like me who is on the granular Carefree program. So what I would tell you, if you can tie that dispenser to another area farther away from that, that will definitely help. Because I will tell you, the new filter savers that came out, and it's only been a couple of months since we've had the new filter savers, they have been phenomenal. They are I can tell you they are 2 to 3 times thicker than the old ones were. And I really can tell the difference in how long they're lasting for me. And I know customers are coming back saying, I'm glad that we went back to these filter savers because they've lasted a lot longer than the old ones used to. It says, do you need the app to read the test strips? Hey, thanks for saying that. I didn't mention the app. That's something I missed. So a reminder, the app is, again, whether you're an Apple user or an Android user, it's our company name, Beachcomber, H2O, CHK. So Beachcomber Water Check. Beachcomber H2O, CHK. So make sure that you download that app first. And again, the beauty is in the very bottom corner, when you actually pull the app up, you'll see a little info icon. Click on that info icon. It's got a couple of great things, including a video of Derek, my friend Derek from the factory, using the app and showing you exactly how to test your water. There's also a great tablespoons to grams measurement scale to allow you to make sure that you're adding the proper amounts. Any other questions? Sean, anything else we have in here? Got a couple others. There's one here. Someone said, I'm getting excess foaming in my hot tub. I find I'm getting a lot of them when I turn my jets on. One thing I will mention to you is, and I've said this to people for years, be very careful washing your swimsuits, especially your at-home swimsuits in the washing machine. When you wash those swimsuits in the washing machine, what's going to happen is you're going to get soap in them. And no matter how good your rinse cycle is, you're going to end up with soap. And when you get soap in there, what's going to happen when the jets turn on is you're automatically going to get more foaming. Now, that foam is clean foam. It looks like foam you probably have in your washing machine. But again, it's foam that maybe drives you a little bit crazy. We have a product in the store which we've had for 35 plus years. It's called Foam Free. Now, the key to Foam Free is, and that's another thing I tell people, if you're finding, especially if you have a lot of kids, we find that a lot of times teenage girls, people will go in with t-shirts on that have been laundered. They'll get out the next year getting more foaming. Keep a little bottle of that Foam Free around. The key to that product is shake it up really, really good prior to squirting it in, because all the active ingredient will start to settle to the bottom half of the bottle. So shake it up really good, give it a quick squirt, and I will tell you, presto, it's gone. And keep that around for any time that's happening. Okay, there are a number of questions coming in that I'm going to save and answer here over the next 24 to 48 hours because I want to get into the important part of the rest of the evening. And I will guarantee and continue to send them after the Facebook seminar is over tonight, the event's over, continue to send those. Again, the key is you can send it to customercare@beachcomber.ab.ca, and I personally will answer all those questions. And if I find I need your phone number, I'll ask for that as well. So I want to get to the exciting part of the night. We decided this year, because we weren't able to do our standard in-store, and in the spring, we're normally at our Southside location over on 52nd Avenue and 99th Street, where we've done barbecues and a number of different things over the years. We thought we'd do something interesting, and we want to give away a year's supply of our Carefree Gold Standard Watercare program. So here's what you need to do. So all of you who are watching tonight, what I want you to do, and take a pen and paper out if you don't have it yet, jot again the email down. So what did you do before midnight tonight? So at 12:01 tonight, I'm going to push the button, and what you're going to do is I want you to email customercare@beachcomber.ab.ca, and in the subject line, just put Carefree Contest. So put Carefree Contest in the subject line, and inside just put in there, in the actual body of the email, your first name, your last name, and your phone number. That's all I need. Okay, so first name, last name, phone number, and all of you will be entered into a year's supply of Carefree Boost and Soft. We're going to draw it on Monday. We'll announce it on Facebook so everybody will know who the winner is. So it's great. It's funny. It says capful, not cup. Great one. I see that on there. I've had people maybe have heard me say that before, where I say put a capful in and someone puts a cupful and your chlorine's at 20. So get that into me tonight before midnight and we're good to go. Next thing, and this is key. We've done this now for a number of years during our customer appreciation weeks and weekends. We're going to be running a customer appreciation sale, which is going to start tomorrow morning, 9:30 sharp at all 3 stores. So between 9:30 tomorrow and Sunday at 5 when we close, we're going to run a special customer appreciation water care and accessory promotion. And what you're going to see with this is you're going to be able to save up to 30% on your water care. So I've always told my customers over the last decade or so, now's the time to load up for summer. And if I'm a consumer like everybody else, I say the best time to buy is buy in the spring when we're running our customer appreciation event, and buy in the fall, and that way you can save the most amount of money. So and by the way, we are continuing to do, for those of you who want to have curbside delivery, please feel free. You can email your orders into myself, customer care at beachcomber.ab.ca, and I'll make sure that order gets done. You can call your local store. They can have it ready for you. They can take your credit card number over the phone. We are open, okay? So we are open. We have to be within 15% capacity, so we are open to traffic. We've done a very good job over the last 13 months in our 3 locations during this pandemic, and we're going to continue to do that as time goes on here. So again, this sale is on for the next 3 days. Take advantage of it. Now's your time to load up. These products have a shelf life of 6 months to a year. As long as they're kept inside in a room temperature dark place, you're good to go. All right, everybody, I want to thank you for joining me tonight. I hope I was able to give you some valuable information on hopefully increasing your enjoyment of your Beachcomber hot tub or whatever brand of hot tub or spa you own. I hope you can all join me again in June. I'm going to be trying to do these every 60 days or so. I'm going to be doing a totally different topic come June, and I'm going to continue to change the topics as we go. If there's a topic you want to hear, I know a lot of you have been on this before because I recognize the names. Kevin is on there. Kevin said, what is the subject line? Carefree contest. Okay, great question. So don't forget, we will send this out to you again. Come back in June. We're going to do some other interesting things. We're going to have another giveaway. We're going to continue to do these giveaways throughout the 2021 year, really to say thank you for all of you who've supported us. We sincerely appreciate it. For those of you who haven't got your Beachcomber hot tub, I will personally guarantee that every one of you will get your Beachcomber hot tub. That's a personal guarantee for me, and we will get that to you. Beachcomber is working really hard to work through our hundreds and hundreds of Edmonton Beachcomber orders, and we're going to get those out to you. Tubs are coming in on a weekly basis. We're delivering 7 to 14 now every week as they continue to flow through. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Enjoy this wonderful spring weather. Stay positive, stay safe, and take care.
Well, he said his email.